I think that actually one of the things that went wrong here, because this is part of what I'm doing, is a bit of kind of forensic. Let's
learn from it.
Let's shine
definitely.
light on this in order to kind of understand how to do better. One of the things that was a problem with us was our personal relationship. So because you're my mate, I didn't do the things
you would have done for a stranger.
For people who I know less well, I've been putting on a much more professional front. So in as is so often the case with your very close relationships, people get your worst behaviour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas I suppose a total stranger 2 weeks ago, as you say, you check in, you say, how many people have you got? Do you need this? Do you need that?
Well, something I am going to do, something I've learned from the first few hosts, is and you're describing some emails you would have liked to receive, which I'm in the process of drafting, kind of like because what I'm hearing from you is that you felt quite alone in your side of it.
Yeah, I did feel left to get on with it.
Yeah, and that is not a way that I want the hosts to feel.
And in fairness, I will totally put my hands up to admitting to not forgetting about it entirely, but it was very much put on the back burner until it was like, oh shit, that's happening in a week. I should probably do something about that.
Quickly,
and of course, by that point, a lot of social people who might have been interested are already going to a birthday party or drinks out in the pub.
To do promos early,
yeah.
Yeah, so some of what needs to go into the emails that I'm sending to hosts is timeline stuff.
Spreadsheet.
What I'm going to do or what I've been drafting is a tick list, because me personally, and this is an interesting thing that you describing like, oh, it was hard and I wanted to give people something that they would want. I don't do that anymore. When I'm writing promo stuff, I don't look out and think,
what do they want to hear?
What I think is, what would I like? And then I do that.
Yeah.
Because I figure my audience is very much like me, so if it's something that I would like, there's a good chance that they will like it. So I'm doing a tick list, because I love a to-do list, and I think, there you go.
See, that I would have been able to put on the fridge.
Yeah.
And every day I'd have caught at the corner of my eye and thought, oh yeah, I mustn't forget about that.
But also, because it was really good to hear you say the words, I felt left to it. I think I should be emailing the blog to the hosts every week. If someone has agreed to be involved in the project, I think they go on my mailing list.
Good shout.
Because I'm creating, every week I'm telling a bit of the story of this.
Because chances are then I would have received that link or that blog or that whatever, and I'd have said, oh yeah, I must send a copy of that too, and then I'd have drafted in the people in my Facebook group, and then they'd have had half a clue as to what to expect.
Yes. But also, it's just, from my point of view, it's just giving the hosts a little bit of love. Like
a bit of attention,
a bit of like, hi, we're friends now, you're having me into your home, here's what's going on with me, here's my news. And it's that kind of opening of communication that I'm talking to you, I haven't forgotten you. I you're in my mind.
I am still here.
Yeah because when you were describing making your event page, part of me, so this is a devil's advocate question. Why didn't you just ask for help?
I don't know. I don't know. I could have just rang you or Facebooked you and said, Rachel, what the fuck do I call this page?
Yeah. And I had all that stuff on my computer.
Yeah.
I could have given you... In the way that when it popped up, I got in touch and went, I've got an image. Would you like an image?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know is the honest answer. Because I think I felt like it was my responsibility. I think I felt like, because I knew I was the host for this particular event, but even the word host makes me feel that I am responsible for this one. And as the host, I should be making the Facebook page and making the cake and providing the wine and making sure that there's enough people and making sure that you've got the space in which to perform. And because I've got that hat on...
See, I actually want you to feel all of that. When you're listing those, I'm going, yep, I want a host to think
and for
those
that,
things are their responsibility.
For that reason, because even, I know it's daft, but even that name that I've been given, host, I feel like it's my responsibility to provide and to do all of those things.
The language
and
really
so for that
matters.
reason, I think I didn't ask for help because I felt like
I'm
asking you to do my job for me. That's why, I think.
Which is hilarious because fundamentally what I am doing with my hosts is asking them
to do your job for you, yeah. I think that's why.
But in order for the collaboration to work, this is something I've very much learned from the early shows, that I don't think I stepped into a leadership role. Although I'm saying I want people who are not professional artists to collaborate with me, the professional artist. I somehow, I just neglected to think, you're the person with... that's a feminist issue, I think. I wasn't thinking of myself as the person with the expertise. I wasn't thinking, you're the expert here, and it's your job, me...
to do these things.
To support the people who you're collaborating with. I don't think I took enough of a leadership role. I don't think that I communicated. What I've been realising is that my communication with hosts needs to be better, because every time I've arrived in a venue, they're like, how do you want the room? And as I'm arriving, I've kind of gone, I will perform in whatever room you have. But I am learning that it's my job to tell people how I want the room. Yeah.
Because again, simple things like that. Had we had enough people yesterday, I would have then felt a little bit like, well, where do I put the coffee table? And is my ukulele in the way? And does she want the footrest there so that everybody can put their feet up and feel comfortable? Or does she want the footrest there so it's out of the way and she can move around the room and perform? Does she want the patio doors open? Am I allowed to put nibbles around the room so that people can move? Or do I put all the nibbles on the dining room table so that people aren't eating whilst she's performing? Do I cover the television up and don't admit that I have one? What do I do?
When did you start thinking those kinds of thoughts?
I think I would have started thinking those thoughts on Friday had we got that far. Had I known there were enough people coming, I would have started stressing as a host on Friday. Yeah.
So that I just need to send a sentence email.
Yeah.
Around the time when people will be starting
about
to
24, 48 hours beforehand. Yeah.
See, I think maybe a week to preempt.
See, for me, had you sent that a week beforehand, I'd have lost it in my spam by the time I wanted that information.
But you would have known that you could ask me. When you started, you would have had that in your mind.
Yeah, maybe.
Rachel got in touch and said,
this is what I need. I'm sure I've got that email somewhere.
Oh, no, just in the run-up. The reason I think a little bit earlier is because I think that some women do their prep kind of a week ahead. So if it were me and I'm working full-time and I'm hosting on Friday, I'm going to do doing my grocery shopping on Saturday of the week before, which is why I think you need a bit of a longer run-in than you're suggesting.
Fair shout.
So I send.
And I work full time. A lot of people are part time and are therefore might have more time to stress about it and are therefore stressing about it earlier. Whereas I got to, oh, thank God for that. Friday's done. I've stopped working. Shit, I meant to be hosting something tomorrow. Yeah.